your partner has had some diagnosis. I know that the word that gets thrown out a lot is narcissistic or narcissism, and borderline personality disorders and bipolar, and all of these different labels, right, diagnoses that are being given out by mental health professionals, which I was one for 20 years. Just never used the labels in my practice. That was not the focus. My focus was to help clients heal rather than them feel that they were disabled because of their labels. Like, okay, we're just going to put that to the side. Like, that's okay, whatever. Like, but how do you become better? How do you live with this diagnosis or this label so that you can continue to heal yourself, and then one day maybe, feel better that that label is better or it's gone away, right? Because you have an awareness now and you've been awakened to understand why you act that way. And so something that I learned being in that field for over 20 years was that many times our labels, many times the diagnosis that was being given to that person was also part of the dynamic of their family, was how they were brought up, was what they saw from mom and dad. If they lived in a very chaotic home and they were very, it felt very scattered and very disorganized at home, that person would grow up to be an adult that was also bringing that into their own reality. So they felt very scattered, very chaotic, very confused, not a lot of clarity, having trouble grounding, very sporadic in how they would show up and how they would act. And so not very centered, not very focused, but more so scattered, right? Because that's the environment that they were brought up in, and they just kind of continued that trend in their own life. And if that person would have done some healing work as to heal that past and that environment growing up, then perhaps they would be more centered, more focused, more grounded, having more clarity and being more organized in their own environment and less chaotic, right? Because they would have learned that an environment of chaos was not good for them because it would scatter them. And so they needed more order and more organization in their own adult life, right? So that's what we do, is that we learn from our family of origin what are the things that didn't work or weren't so productive for us, so that we could always become better than what we learned in our own home, right? And then we want to pass that down to our kids so that they're better